A disease has swept our world for more than 2 years, causing unparalleled global health and economic crises. At the same time, we continue to be threatened with a potentially more lethal emergency: global warming. While the effects of the climate catastrophe have been slower than the development of COVID-19, our world is undoubtedly changing. Millions of people have been displaced as a result of devastating droughts, hurricanes, and floods. It's not only that our personal health and economies are in jeopardy, climate change is changing the planet, making it unfit for future generations to live on. Climate scientists have shown that unless we make major progress in combating this issue, global temperatures will increase past the key 1.5 degrees Celsius thresholds, irreparably harming the natural systems that sustain us. Climate change, like the COVID-19 epidemic, disproportionately affects our most vulnerable and disadvantaged people, aggravating existing racial and economic disparities. The truth is that we already know how to address the climate crisis: reduce emissions, achieve carbon neutrality, clean up the oceans, and cultivate a long-term relationship with nature, in order to restore biodiversity in crucial ecosystems. Climate scientists, environmental organizations, and even governments have all figured out how to address each of these processes in their own unique ways. Technology, policy, money, and coordination are all required for its execution. As the looming specter of climate change continues to spread its shadow over the globe, we are faced with the task of doing everything we can to prevent it from happening. With dramatic measures required to achieve a global reduction in carbon dioxide levels by 2030, experts have proposed planting 1 trillion trees as one way to achieve this lofty target. Protecting and restoring forests is the most cost-efficient of all the major measures by far. Forests absorb and store carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, while also producing oxygen for us to breathe. These intricate ecosystems, however, have been methodically destroyed. Nearly half of the world's trees have already been gone, with the majority occurring in the last 100 years. Even while trees are a key instrument in the fight against climate change, the majority of the remaining trees, roughly 3 trillion, are still under threat. According to a UN Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change Research, adding 2.5 billion acres of forest to the planet may significantly reduce global warming to 2.7 degrees by 2050. To achieve this large increase in forested regions, around 1 trillion trees would need to be planted. The huge area of land that would be covered, necessitated for planting 1 trillion trees, would be the size of the United States of America, and would be capable of storing about 2/3 of the carbon generated by human activity. That is 205 billion tons of carbon. According to a study conducted by Swiss scientists, while there are other efficient ways to combat climate change, planting 1 trillion trees has been by far the most cost-effective alternative, due to trees' ability to absorb vast volumes of carbon dioxide from the air. By 2030, the regreening of our globe and the planting of 1 trillion trees around the world may trap an estimated 200 gigatons of carbon, which is equal to around 2/3 of the pollution that has been produced since the Industrial Revolution. Young trees, on the other hand, will take time to absorb the same quantity of carbon dioxide as mature forests do. It will be difficult to plant 1 trillion trees, but each of us may help in this effort. We can plant trees in our own yards and communities, or donate to one of the many reputable programs that have been restoring and maintaining forests and woodlands for many years in practically every country. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and share the video. Subscribe to our for more daily content like this.